It's NBA action on EA Sports. Alongside the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, these guys are ready to go.
And people at home can't see me right now, but I'm stretching my arms, I'm stretching my legs. This is going to be one fast-paced game. Let's get to it.
This booth is all stretched out. The players gearing up. Let's get ready for the opening tip. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. No good. Could not throw it down. Yusuf Nurkic able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's a big finish.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Baseline drive. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To George. Screen coming. 5 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Oh, and a putback.
Now, while everybody was staring at the fly of the ball on the defensive end, he was busy carving out space, being active, getting that offensive rebound. That's his second offensive rebound in the first quarter.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. George. And counted at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
The crossover gets inside, and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets. Now the Wizards going to take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes... Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. It's LA Clippers ball to Paul George. For 3, that's off the side of the rim, no good. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Not today. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
finish that. Rebound owned by Washington. Wizards with the basketball. Oh, emphatic slam.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Count it.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Wizards out in front.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Wizards certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Walker didn't exactly light it up in the first half. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Wizards have built a comfortable lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Washington Wizards. The Clippers have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Walker has really struggled today with his scoring output. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Wizards entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
To Beal. Oh, Yusuf Nurkic. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
It's good, and one.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
The free throw is good. Finishing off the three-point play. The lead grows to 12. Clippers have the basketball. Over to the right side. George. Paul George. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
The drive, right to the basket. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Won't go. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
One more to his total. Deep right corner from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Turns and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, an offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. LA Clippers with the basketball. Gets it in the right corner. Paul George, 4-2. Wide open look, won't go. Throws it down.
See, Ed, that's what you don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
To George. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. The pass set it all up.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the block. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Knocks it down off the step back. That ends the third quarter. The Wizards way out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Beal against Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep two there, won't go. Paul George. And count the basket.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Beal. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and get...
The Wizards edged out a close victory in today's game. No one should be surprised They were highlighting all of the shots that were blocked in this contest. It's just amazing how one swat can fire up a team, and even their coach. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Washington Wizards.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.